motherfucking bitches. I'm cussing, okay? For those of you who are new to this channel, I just want you to know that I'm definitely not for the faint of heart. I'm definitely not for people who have sensitive ears to swearing and all that type of shit, because, girl, I say a whole lot of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 little words. Just FY fucking out. But you guys have spoken. You guys are like, Thick Chick, we miss your reviews. We love your live shows, but we miss your fucking reviews. So you have to do reviews on Rob&Chyna's whole little fiasco. I will also be reviewing Empire. I will also be doing American Horror Story. I used to watch that back in the back day, and I definitely want to get back into American Horror Story, and we already know, bitch, okay? We already motherfucking know that I will be reviewing The Walking Dead as well as Queen Sugar. Those are my jizz naives, okay? So this whole episode starts out with Rob and Chyna. They're pretty much in their confessionals. They're kind of low-key giving us a background of their whole relationship, how they met, etc., etc. They're doing like this little competition. It's cute, you know, it's cute or whatever, where they running up a hill or whatever, and let me just say this. I think that Black Chyna is a very, very beautiful pregnant woman, but boo, okay, but boo. I mean, it's just a lot. I don't know, are y'all one of those types of people who feel like her ass is authentic? I don't know. It just seems like to me, girl, it's a little bit too much going on back there. Now, I do have to give a little bit of a disclaimer, okay? Because sometimes people be feeling like we be doing a little bit too much when it comes to these celebrities. But let me tell you something. I don't know these motherfuckers, and neither do you. I'm just going by what the fuck I see on the television, on social media, etc., etc. But we all need to remember that at the end of the day, these celebrities, they want us to talk, girl, because that's what keeps them fucking relevant, and that's what keeps them making that motherfucking coin. But this whole episode starts out with Rob Kardashian and Black Chyna basically giving us the back story on their relay and motherfucking ship, okay, whatever, if that's what you want to consider it to be. But they apparently met back in 2011 at Kendall Jenner's 16th birthday party. Now, at the time, apparently Kylie Jenner was only 14 at the particular point in time. Now, I'm trying to figure out, now, I ain't saying I'm just fucking saying, but I'm trying to figure out why in the fuck was Black Chyna and Tyga at Kendall Jenner's Sweet 16 motherfucking birthday party. But that's, maybe you can fill me in on that one right there. But while Black Chyna and Tigger, however the fuck you pronounce his name, while they were attending this Sweet 16 party, apparently, old fast ass fucking Kylie Jenner, apparently she was giving Tyga them motherfucking, you know, them goddamn flirty eyes or whatever the fuck she was doing in her nervous twitch or whatever the fuck you call, you know what I'm saying? Apparently she was giving him them, you know, them bedroom eyes or whatever, and he took the motherfucking bait. So apparently, allegedly, Tyga and Kylie Jenner were apparently fucking around while he was still dating Black Chyna. Now, y'all know how I feel about that shit. Number one, you a grown, rusty ass fucking man. What do you see in this child? Okay, I know she wasn't 14 at the time. Him and Tyga were, her and Tyga were fooling around or whatever the fuck they was doing. And we know that Kris Jenner has came out and basically said that they weren't doing anything when she was underage. They were just dating. Okay, if you want to believe that, Kris, if you want to believe that. But apparently that's when Black Chyna met Rob. Now, okay, we know Rob hasn't had the greatest relationship with his family, especially recently. He was going through a bout of depression. He wasn't really speaking to his family members for one reason or another that I guess maybe only they know. But apparently he had his sights set on Black Chyna during this Sweet 16 party for Kendall Jenner as well, and he decided that he was going to be consistent in, basically trying to get with Black Chyna, in the last 2 years or so. And eventually, after a year of him being persistent, texting her, sliding her DMs or whatever, she decided to take that motherfucking bait and go ahead and give him a little, 1 or 2 pieces. Now, Black Chyna got a very, very serious issue with Rob Kardashian being a mama's fucking boy. Now, I'm one of those types of people. I have a very, very close relationship with my mother, but at the end of the day, I know that if I was with a man, I know that I can't sit there and consult my mother on every single aspect of our relationship or every single aspect of my life. So that's definitely one of the main issues that Rob and Chyna have with each other. She doesn't like the fact that he's a big time mama's boy. He gotta, ask his mom or get advice from his mama on everything, and everything's is surrounded by his mother when it comes to Rob Kardashian. Now, I guess I can understand, low-key understand why the fuck he's like that. Number one, Kris Jenner is Rob Kardashian. That's his motherfucking meal ticket. At the end of the day, it is his mama, but she is also his meal ticket. The house that Rob Kardashian has, that fucking house was purchased by Kris Jenner, if you guys do not know. Because number one, now we all know what Kim Kardashian's claim to fame was. We know what Kylie Jenner's claim to fame was. We know what all these people's claim to fame was. But what the fuck does Rob Kardashian do? I ain't saying, I'm just motherfucking saying. Now, this is going to be strictly my opinion, but I low-key think, now I ain't saying that he didn't think that, he said he loved the fact that, Blac Chyna seems to be a good person, and plus he loves the fact that she got a fat ass, but I ain't saying that, you ain't hear this from me, but I think maybe Kris Jenner was in it. It was like, Rob, like, number one, you ain't making no motherfucking money, okay? You see all this drama and shit that's centered around your sisters, and the whole Tyga and Kylie drama, you needs to be trying to slide in Blac Chyna's DM and see if you can, get her to take that bait so I can go ahead and hook you up with your own reality television show. And while you at it, you need to make sure you knock her up too. Cha-ching. Now, while Blac Chyna's riding in the car with some of her homegirls and homeboys, she got some big booty best friend. I don't know the chick's name right now. Really don't too much give a fuck. But she's riding in the car with her and some other dudes that are in the back. And they're basically in there just laughing and shit, talking about how much of a mama's boy that Rob Kardashian is. And as a matter of fact, he calls her on the phone and she asks him, what you doing? He's like, I just got off the phone with my mama. So of course they thought that shit was funny as fuck, because they literally just got through making fun of his ass for being a mama's boy. Now, Kourtney Kardashian's Braver daddy, ex-boyfriend or whatever, him and Rob Kardashian hook up. The dude's name is Scott, whatever the fuck his name is. They go to some Beverly Hills barbershop for Rob to get a shave, and of course they have to discuss things that are going on in Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian's life, because girl, it's their reality television show. So he pretty much asked him what he wants the sex of the baby to be, and Rob pretty much tells Scott that he wants the baby to be a boy, because you definitely need to have a boy to carry on your last name. He like, do you really think the Kardashian name is gonna die anytime soon? I mean, motherfucker, look at your goddamn sisters, okay? But Rob is adamant about the fact that he wants a boy to carry on his last name. And this Scott dude, he's joking about the fact that if it's a girl, you might need to just go ahead and name her Kim Kardashian, because you damn sure know that name ain't gonna die down no time soon. Now, in the meantime, between time, after Rob goes and get his shave or whatever from the barbershop, he hooks up with Blac Chyna, and they're moseying on down to the OBGYN for to check on the baby. And when they get there, the OB tells Chyna that they're going to be going ahead and revealing the sex of the baby to that particular day. Now, remember, Rob already said that he wants a boy, okay? He wants a boy to be able to carry on the Kardashian name. Now, I'm pretty sure, Blac Chyna, she probably could care one way or the other way. She has a boy or girl. Plus, she already has a son, so she's probably really excited to have a little girl now. And spoiler of fucking alert, Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian are having a little girl. Now, I don't know if y'all peeped this shit like I peeped this shit, but when the OB said, you're having a girl, I mean, the look on his face was kind of like, really? Okay, really? A fucking girl? Not saying that he's not excited to have a little girl, but he just had this big, just sense of disappointment on his fucking face. And I was just like, damn, you could have hid the shit just a little bit better than that. You could have hid it a little bit better than that, Rob. Now, after they find out the sex of the baby, they come to a mutual agreement that they are going to have some type of gender reveal. They don't want anybody to know the sex of the baby, etc., etc. Okay, just keep that in motherfucking mind, that Rob and Chyna came to a mutual decision that they were actually going to keep the sex of the baby a secret, and they were going to have some type of really, really cute gender reveal. Now, I'm pretty sure before the limo or whoever or whatever brought them to this OB appointment, I'm pretty sure before they were able to get out of the motherfucking parking lot, Rob Kardashian was on the phone with his mama, Kris Jenner. We having a motherfucking girl. We having a girl. So once they get home or whatever, because he done already called on the phone before we even made it to the cribbo. Okay, before he even gets home, they get there. They're doing whatever they're doing as a couple. Just spending time together. They get a motherfucking knock on the goddamn door, and it's Kris. Okay, it's Kris. This motherfucker done showed up with all types of baby gifts and shit, and all of it is wrapped in pink. So motherfucker, okay, what the fuck you, number one, okay, you bought me some baby stuff, but why is it wrapped in pink? So how the fuck do you know that I'm having a girl? Okay, so you can see the look on Blac Chyna's face. She's looking like, motherfucker, I am so sick of your goddamn mama boy ass. You couldn't, motherfucker, you can't hold water. So naturally, Chyna is low-key upset, and she's kind of looking at him like, damn, you couldn't hold this from your mama for a few fucking weeks, okay? Like, damn, you couldn't keep a secret from your mama for 2 fucking weeks, Rob, okay? And of course, he looks at her and like, I know that we said that we was gonna keep this a secret, but you know I tell my mama everything. Do you tell her every time we fuck too? Now, I thought this was really cute when they were in the bathroom and Rob was on the scale, because we know that Rob has had a lot of issues with his weight gain over the years, and Chyna, after she came into his life, he decided that he was going to go ahead and lose weight, you know, for his health, because later on we're going to find out that Rob Kardashian is a diabetic. I didn't know that shit. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's definitely, when you're a diabetic, you definitely need to be able to control your weight and things like that, and make sure you're eating healthy in order to keep your diabetes under control. But this motherfucker ain't even taking his insulin, and that's definitely a sign of depression when you got a person who's just refusing to adhere to their, you know, if you got a serious medical condition such as diabetes, you definitely need to adhere to the doctor's orders, especially if you're supposed to be on insulin, because that you can die. That's like a very, very serious disease, having diabetes, like for real. After they get done having their little play moment or whatever, they're going and they're laying across the bed. Now, Chyna's phone is laying on the bed, and Rob just so happens to pick it up. And I guess he's attempting to put in her passcode, but he notices that the passcode is not the same as the passcode that she had before. So he's like, damn, you know, like, why you change the passcode? And she's like, I changed, number one, because I don't want you just randomly going through my phone like you don't trust me. Number one, I'm big as hell. I'm pregnant than a motherfucker. So who do you think I'm texting? He goes into the whole spiel, basically telling her that, you know, by her changing her passcode, that made him feel, you know, insecure, that made him feel like, you know, because he's dealt with other women in the past who were, you know, who basically dogged his ass out, who cheated on him, who had other men, and he said he felt some type of way and felt like she was probably hiding something because she changed her passcode. Now, she sat there and told him, look, you know, one thing I don't do the insecurities, okay? I understand that you got anxiety and depression, etc., but one thing that I don't like is an insecure ass fucking man. And we can clearly see that Rob is clearly very insecure now that he's down. I mean, hell, he's probably been, I ain't gonna say just because he's blaming Chyna, but he clearly seems to be a very, very insecure man. Now, the next day, Chyna picks up her big booty Judy friend, and now I'm realizing the motherfucking name is Paige. She picks her up, and she's telling her about all of the woes that she's going through with Rob, okay? She's basically telling Paige that, number one, Rob keeps accusing me of texting other men, and the only logic that I can come to as to the reason why he keeps asking me am I texting other men, and the reason why he's so insecure about it is if he's texting other women, which low-key don't necessarily make no sense, because he's already admitted to her that he's texting other chicks. Now, I don't know, maybe Rob a little slow. Maybe he thinks that the chicks that she's referring to as his mama and sisters. Now, motherfucker, she talking about your side bitches and things. But while she's in the car talking to Paige, he mysteriously and just so conveniently decides to FaceTime her while they're in the car. Now, I guess by her being hormonal and pregnant and all this type of shit, as he's FaceTiming her, the first thing out of her fucking mind, are you still texting bitches? And I guess, you know, him being a soft-spoken person, I don't know him personally, but he appears to be a soft-spoken person. It appears that she's asking him, are you still texting bitches? And maybe he's taking too fucking long to answer. Are you still texting bitches? Yes or no? Are you still texting bitches? Yes or motherfucking no? So I guess he takes his fucking time by saying no, and she decides to hang up the phone on his motherfucking ass, okay? Decides to hang up the phone on him. Now, later on when she gets home, of course, her and Rob are living together, even though Kris Jenner has bought Rob a very, very beautiful house himself, okay? He got his own crib, but him and Chyna are currently living together as a couple. He decides to show up to Chyna's house with some roses, okay? With some flowers and things while she's hanging out with her nanny and, you know, her friends, etc., etc. He shows up with these flowers. And she said, well, you know, what are these for? And he was like, you know, it's just, you know, I just want to apologize for, you know, basically, you know, me arguing with you. You know, I don't want to stress you out and you pregnant and shit. Now, at that point, she did some shit that made me want to jump through that fucking screen and fucking strangle the fuck out of her motherfucking ass. She took the flowers out of the vase, proceeds to the backyard, and throws the motherfuckers in the goddamn pool. Now, family, this whole argument to me it was weird as fuck. Okay, it just came out of the fucking blue. Click. I understand. They were in bed. He wanted her passcode. She wouldn't give it to him. He said that he was insecure about it, and he felt like maybe she had something to hide. Maybe she was texting other men. She said she don't like insecure dudes. She thinks he's texting other women. It's just the whole thing. The whole argument was just, to me, seemed extremely, extremely fucking petty. But again, we all know, they gotta be extra dramatic and shit because you gotta get them fucking ratings. Kris Jenner been training these motherfuckers weak. Now, after all this shit happened, she decides to tell him bye, get the fuck on out, okay? Because she seems to kick the man out the house every other fucking day, okay? This is a regular occurrence with them. If you follow these people on social media, you would probably know that it seems like every other fucking week they going through something where, they get into an argument, she kicks him out of the house, so he goes on his Instagram account, he deletes every fucking photo of him and Blac Chyna. He unfollows her from all of her social media accounts. Just some extreme fucking petty shit. But again, I know that sometimes these people do this shit for ratings. Now, after Blac Chyna kicks Rob out of the house, of course, she doesn't hear from him for a few days. I guess, motherfucker, number one, I'm tired of you kicking me out of the goddamn house, okay? I'm sick and tired. Even though I know I got my own crib, I'm tired of you kicking me out of this motherfucker every other day when you going through your hormonal shit. I understand that women are hormonal, especially when you're pregnant, when you're on your period. I understand that shit, but you can't just be sitting there blowing up about every little fucking thing. Sometimes you just gotta work some shit out. But she hasn't heard from Rob in a couple of days, so she gets her Big Booty Judy friend page, and they decide to go over to Rob's house. Now, conveniently, when they get there, of course, Rob is not at home. And now, they're on a television show, okay, on a fucking television show, and they convene, her and her Big Booty Judy friend page, they just conveniently find a key underneath a fucking plant, okay, and they go inside of the fucking house. So they looking all around and shit, and they do see that he's not there, but they also see he had no bitches up with this motherfucker. That's where this whole argument stemmed from. I see that, you might be texting bitches, but I see you ain't got no bitches up in the crib out. Now, since she doesn't see Rob at home, the first thing she thinks is, oh, this mama boy motherfucker over his mama house, okay? He over his mama house, laid up, eating good and all this type of shit, getting fat, okay? That's probably what she thinking to herself. So she decides to go over Kris Jenner's house, and Kris got, the little trinkets and shit laid out for the pregnant Blac Chyna, but Rob ain't there, okay? You didn't catch your ass over there thinking he laid up at his mama house, but he ain't there. Now, Kris Jenner is talking to Blac Chyna. She's basically telling her that she thinks that a lot of these issues that Rob is having is stemming from his depression, especially, the insecurities and things like that. She thinks that he's, going through this bout of depression again, because she feels like, he hasn't really dealt with it yet. He didn't really go get help for it. He kind of low-key just shut it off. And she also said that he's been in so many different relationships, it's kind of hard for him. He's trying to learn how to be in a committed long-term relationship. This ain't just one of them old regular flings that you didn't have before. You actually got a baby on the way. Like, for real. This is some serious shit. This ain't just I know that y'all, the shit probably started off petty, but now, you got a potential moneymaker for me on the way. Now, Blac Chyna's going through one of her hormonal stages. She didn't broke down because of just some old petty shit that happened at the crib with some fucking food. I don't even remember what the fucking shit was about. And she's telling her friend Paige that, girl, I don't know how I'm going to be able to deal with having a child by a man who don't, understand me, who don't get me. But girl, ain't that, it's too little too late for that shit. You got a baby on the way, okay? You should have thought about that shit before if you felt like this was going to be such a huge fucking issue for you. Back at the OK Corral, Rob shows up at Kris's house, and Kris basically tells him, I had a talk with Chyna, I know that y'all going through some situations. I think that, you need to start making some compromises. She's going through her, hormonal issues, by her being pregnant, etc., etc. You need to, maybe go over there, try to work it out with her, etc., etc. But Rob ain't ready, okay? Rob ain't ready. I'm tired of getting kicked out of the goddamn house every other day on some fuck shit. So Rob, at this particular point in time, isn't ready to, make up with Blac Chyna yet. All in all, I think that this entire season is going to be full of petty drama. It's going to be a whole lot of tears and shit coming from both sides, Chyna and Rob Kardashian. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think that this is a very, very weird ass couple. I honestly and truly think that it started off on some petty shit. I low-key think that Kris Jenner is a fucking puppet master, and I wouldn't put it past, like I said again, this is only ThickChickVlogs' opinion. I think she probably told that motherfucker, Rob, you ain't got no claim to fucking fame. You see all this drama that's going on that's surrounded by this whole Tyga and Kylie situation. You need to get in Chyna's DM and try to get her motherfucking digits and see what you can make shake with that whole little situation right there. And while you're at it, make sure you knock her up too, because you need a motherfucking money train. Because number one, I'm tired of I got some coin. I don't mind paying your bills or getting you a house or two, but motherfucker, you need to get you a claim to fame, and this is gonna be your claim to fame. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, because Kris Jenner, that is a smart ass motherfucking woman, and she does not have a problem pimping out her motherfucking kids. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this recap. I will be doing these every single week. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Also, if you are new here, be sure to hit that motherfucking subscribe button, because they have a whole lot of fun around up through these parts, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.